That's why this show is called The Force Always. My name is David Zamet, aka Diz. Hi, my name is David Zamet, aka Diz. This is The Force Always, and this is the Star Wars news. This week we saw Star Wars Celebration come and go. It was received well if you're in attendance, from what I can gather from my contacts, and it was not received so well online due to a number of reasons, one being the Rogue One trailer did not appear. To more news, Grand Admiral Thrawn, a fan favorite character, will be coming to light in the Rebels animation series, and you could say maybe the dark side because he's not about the light, but anyway, he's coming to light on the Rebels animation series season 3. The full trailer for season 3 Rebels animation is online at StarWars.com now. Check that one out, it's fantastic. To more news, next year is the 40th anniversary since A New Hope. Episode 4 Star Wars was released, and they unveiled the logo and preparation for that event next year, being the year of the 40th anniversary. What will happen in that particular year at particular times, nothing has been announced as yet, but I'm sure it will be a massive year. To more news, Rogue One products like toys, things like that, has a scheduled date of September 30. So if you're really anticipating that, which I am, the Rogue One products, including toy range, September 30 could be a Force Friday again. And that is the Star Wars news for now. Okay, welcome to the view segment of The Force Always. This is not predictions, these are just my ideas to the story for Star Wars. And this time around will be about Rogue One, as Rogue One has been a point of discussion in the last week, especially at Star Wars Celebration. Jyn Erso, the female lead and one of the, I'd say, leaders within the Rebel Alliance of Star Wars in the movie Rogue One. Rogue One is a Star Wars story coming out at the end of this year. It's not an official episode, but it's a full-length film. She is one of the female leads that I can understand at this point. I'm sure most or all of the leads in Rogue One will die, and I'm sure Jyn Erso will die too. But I reckon it would be great to have her survive all the way to the point, almost to the end of the film. Just give that epic war sort of survival feel to the film, and it will just show the desperation and to the story. So that's my brief story idea that I'd like to see happen in Rogue One, that's coming out later this year. Okay, welcome to the review segment of The Force Always, and the review I've got this week is about the Star Wars Celebration in Europe 2016, how I thought it has come across. Like most of us online, we're a bit underwhelmed with what we received in new information, but as I was saying last week, I was sort of stressing that I'd actually like not to see Darth Vader in the trailer for Rogue One, as I think it's just way too early just to see Darth Vader. It's just it's a sell point that we don't need at the moment. I know that hurts Star Wars fans, and I'd love to see Darth Vader appear, as a fantasy, but in a trailer. But I just think it's just too early at the moment. Give it a couple more months away to really get that point of the film across to the mainstream and Star Wars fans. I think at the moment it needs to be centered on the war aspect, epic feel of Rogue One. That's what needs to happen. So the featurette really that appeared at Star Wars Celebration was heavily criticized by a lot of people online, that they were expecting it to be the trailer because the way it was worded online. For me, the featurette did show off in a trailer-like manner, but really, to be specific, the communication should have been featurette. It was really good to get a lot of Rebels information and a trailer to Season 3. Grand Admiral Thrawn will be a great inclusion for that series, along with the adventures with our main heroes, and the continuation of Darth Maul would be interesting to see what happens. So that was a good part. Online, we never got to see the episode 8 panel, which is sort of good. I thought that this was maybe another thing, along with the people at Celebration seeing this teaser of Rogue One, something for them to cherish there. So it was good that we didn't get that info, because I just don't think we need to know the title or any images or anything with episode 8. We're in the Rogue One period. It's just going to confuse people big time. Whether you're a hardcore Star Wars fan or a mainstream audience. I mean, again, I would love to see, episode 8 images and even the title. I mean, I'd love to see it. I can handle it. But I just, you got to think of Star Wars as a story that is fantasy, but it's now a story that is how it unfolds in a status in the world. And right now we're in the Rogue One period. We need to push Rogue One. That's what we as fans and as Disney should be pushing, and I think it's happening. So I suppose the only part of Celebration that was a big letdown was that it was, compared to last year, underwhelming. I mean, last year it was really raised high, and man, this is a great event. So this is the event we're going to have things be told and seen, but this year it really didn't do that. It still was fantastic to watch live streaming of the various interviews and segments that the Star Wars show had. It was fantastic to see. It was informative, but it was nothing brand new. So look, Star Wars Celebration, I think, passed. It was not ugly at all. It just wasn't super great. That's my review for this time around. Okay, welcome to the interview segment of The Force Always. This is Josh. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. Now, what year were you born?
I was born in the 5th of December 1998, so that makes me 17 years old.
Excellent. Now, when did you first watch Star Wars?
Roughly between, I would say, 8 to 12, I'm not 100% sure, because it was sort of quite a while ago, and I don't remember. I watched it with my brother. I remember he was a big fan of Star Wars, so we used to always get the Star Wars Legos and watch the movie.
Reading now, what order did you watch it in? Like episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or did you do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
which
so
order?
I'm pretty sure it was the 3, 4, 5, 6, because no 3, 4, 5, because my dad bought this sort of box set and it had those numbers on it, and then we watched it. So 3, 4, 5.
I know that would have been 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, okay, sorry, 4, 5, and 6 then. Yeah, so we watched 4, 5, and 6, and then my brother was like, well, we've missed a lot of it, so let's like watch it online. So I think a bit later down the track, we ended up watching it online. So I'm not sure which order after that it would be, but something along those lines.
Did you see any of the other ones on the cinema? Like 1 through to 6?
No, I've never seen Star Wars in the cinema except for the recent one. Force
Now,
Awakens.
if I told you Rogue One, what do you know about Rogue One?
I'd have to say I know nothing about Rogue One. Never actually heard of it really, except from you. Heard you say a few things.
Yep. Well, I can tell you that Rogue One is the next Star Wars film coming out at the end of this year, 2016.
Yep.
It's not an episode, but it's a Star Wars story that is set between 3 and 4, and it's going to be mainly about the events of Darth Vader and stealing of the Death Star plans that happens in episode 4. What do you reckon of that storyline?
Well, judging from your description, I am relatively excited. I'm not sure who I'll see it with, but
Right.
I might just see it, watch it online.
Yep.
Depending how good the trailer looks.
Right.
Yeah.
And you saw The Force Awakens.
Yep.
What do you reckon of that?
It was alright. I didn't really enjoy it. Like, it was good, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. I felt like I just felt a bit lost during it. It was a bit confusing. That could be because the last time I watched Star Wars before that would have been a while ago when I was younger. But just like the whole sort of thing it felt a bit sort of messy. But it was still like relatively alright. I would still go tell people to go see it. It's definitely worth a watch, but just nothing amazing.
So if you gave it out of 10, what would you give it out of 10?
I'd say 6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Well, okay, Josh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And may the Force be with you. Thanks for watching The Force Always, and like, share, repeat the video if you like. Until the next time, which will be a couple of weeks away as I'm getting back into that mode. This last week or so has been all about the Star Wars celebration. That's why I've given a bit more extra episodes. But anyway, until next time, keep rocking!
The Force will be with you, always.